The Mariana Trench is one of the most mysterious and terrifying places on our planet. Discovered in the late 19th century and explored more closely with submersibles in the 20th century, it remains the deepest known point in Earth's oceans. Located in the western Pacific, it plunges nearly 11 kilometers into darkness. The pressure here is over 1,000 times greater than its sea level, making survival impossible without specialized equipment. Sunlight never reaches the bottom, leaving a realm of alien-like creatures adapted to crushing blackness. Its haunting emptiness and overwhelming scale make the Mariana Trench one of the scariest places on Earth.
Chernobyl is one of the most eerie and haunting locations on the planet. In April of 1986, reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine exploded, releasing massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The surrounding city of Pripyat, once home to 50,000 people, was abandoned almost overnight. Today, it stands as a ghost city, frozen in time. Ferris wheels that never turned, schools filled with books and toys, and apartment blocks overtaken by nature. What makes Chernobyl terrifying is not only the visible decay, but also the invisible danger. Radiation that lingers in the soil, the air, and the buildings. Scientists believe the exclusion zone will remain hazardous for thousands of years. Some areas are still too contaminated for safe entry, and yet life has adapted in strange ways. Wolves, boars, and birds now thrive in the absence of humans, even as they carry traces of radiation. Chernobyl's emptiness and its hidden lethal energy make it one of the most unsettling places on Earth, a reminder of both human error and nature's persistence.
Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world, holds a place among Earth's most terrifying regions, not because of what lies at its summit, but because of the zone near it. Death zone. Above 8,000 meters, the human body can no longer survive for long. The air is so thin that oxygen levels are 1/3 of those at sea level, and temperatures can plummet to deadly extremes. Every step becomes exhausting, and climbers face the constant risk of frostbite, hypothermia, or sudden storms. Many who attempt the summit never return. The slopes of Everest are littered with the frozen remains of those who perished, their bodies preserved by the cold and serving as grim markers for future climbers. The mountain itself seems indifferent, drawing people toward its peak while claiming lives in silence. Everest's death zone is terrifying because it represents the thin line between human ambition and nature's uncompromising limits.
The Danakil Depression in Ethiopia is one of the most alien and hostile landscapes on Earth. Situated over tectonic activity, this region is a vast desert of shifting crust, acid lakes, and volcanic vents. Temperatures regularly soar above 50 degrees Celsius, making it one of the hottest inhabited places on Earth. Pools of toxic water bubble in bright, unnatural colors, and geysers of sulfuric gas hiss through the landscape. It looks more like a planet from science fiction than Earth itself. What makes the Danakil Depression terrifying is its sheer hostility to life. The heat, the poison, and the instability of the ground means survival is nearly impossible. Even microbes struggle here, yet people still venture in. Miners extracting salt under brutal conditions, and scientists searching for clues about life on other worlds. The Danakil Depression is unsettling not just for its danger, but because it forces us to confront a version of Earth that feels utterly alien. Antarctica's Blood Falls is one of the most chilling and mysterious natural features on the planet. Discovered in 1911, this phenomenon occurs where a subglacial lake seeps out through cracks in the Taylor Glacier. Instead of clear water, the flow runs bright red, staining the ice like an open wound. For decades, scientists speculated on the cause. Eventually, it was found that the lake beneath contains iron-rich water trapped for millions of years, which turns blood red when it contacts oxygen. Yet what makes blood falls truly eerie is not just its appearance, but the fact that microbial life exists in the pitch-black, oxygen-starved waters beneath. Life surviving in such isolation, cut off from sunlight for millennia, challenges our understanding of what organisms can endure. Blood falls is a reminder that Earth harbors places that appear lifeless, but conceal hidden, unsettling forms of survival.
Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island, lies off the coast of Brazil and is one of the deadliest places on Earth. This small island is home to thousands of golden lancehead vipers, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. Their venom is so potent it can melt human flesh and kill within an hour. The snakes thrive here because there are no predators to control their population. Legends claim there are as many as 5 snakes per square meter, though the true number is lower. Still, the island is so dangerous that it is strictly off limits to the public, with access granted only to researchers under controlled conditions. What makes Snake Island terrifying is the sheer inevitability of danger. Set foot on its shores, and survival becomes a matter of minutes. It stands as a living nightmare of isolation, where nature has created an ecosystem hostile to humans in every way.
Aokigahara Forest in Japan is one of the most unsettling places on Earth. Located at the base of Mount Fuji, it is known as the Sea of Trees, a dense forest where sound is muffled and compasses often fail due to magnetic deposits in the volcanic soil. The forest has long been associated with legends of spirits and ghosts, but it is most infamous as a site where many people have chosen to end their lives. The silence within the forest is profound, broken only by the rustling of branches or the sound of one's own footsteps. Abandoned tents, shoes, and personal belongings can sometimes be found scattered among the roots, remnants of those who came seeking solitude. Aokigahara is terrifying not only because of its darkness and silence, but because it embodies human despair. It is a place where nature and the human psyche converge in haunting stillness.
Lake Natron in Tanzania is one of the most otherworldly and dangerous places on Earth. Its waters are highly alkaline, with a pH that can reach 10.5, enough to burn skin. Temperatures at the lake's surface can exceed 60 degrees Celsius, and its shallow waters are saturated with salt. When animals die in or near the lake, the chemicals preserve their bodies in a petrified, statue-like state, leaving behind eerie calcified remains. Yet, despite its danger, flamingos gather here in massive numbers to breed, somehow surviving in the toxic environment. What makes Lake Natron terrifying is its duality. It is both a cradle of life and a graveyard of stone-like corpses. The lake appears like a vision of another planet, where water is not a source of life, but a mirror of death.